All right, team. This is Charles Becco from Brooklyn Traders, and today we'll go over our weekly market update. Today's December the 10th, Saturday, 2022. Let's get right to it. All right, so here we have the cues. We've been looking here. Just a little bit of a sideways action here. We came down under the weekly 200 here. We bounce like a basketball and chop, and we're still in this chop. But this chart really has not improved too much. If you look at the histogram, the MACD histogram, still a lot of weakness here. I mean, we're barely above the weekly 200 in the team. I think we're going to go under it. Okay, even on a day like Friday, we just did not make any kind of progress, right? If you look at the daily here, again, just chop. I mean, we can't even get up to to the daily 200 here, right? We have a fresh MACD cross down with a squeeze pointing downwards. This does not look good. I mean, we got the 8 over the 21. I guess that's okay. But now we're like, the price is under the 8, under the 21, and pushing downwards, right? So just on a daily and a weekly time frame just doesn't look good. I mean, I don't even want to look at the monthly here. I mean, this is still going to look like heck. I know it. We are still in a monthly squeeze down, right? And we maintain the idea that we are going to be pushing down much, much lower on the monthly time frame, right? Regardless of what this may seem. Again, I'm looking for 240, 250 QQQ. Okay. I do see that here in the chart. Again, but on the daily time frame, right? I know it's very messy, right? You got that that monthly 50 here that is acting as significant support here, right? So that's what we got on the Qs. Let's look at Goog. Okay. Nice bullish hammer into an engulfing hammer. Not quite an engulfing hammer, right? But this is definitely a bearish hammer. Pushing to the downside, 8 under the 21. Look at the daily time frame. Actually, I want to look at the weekly time frame on Goog here. Again, closing under the weekly 200. They're on Goog. Let's look at Amazon. Even worse. I mean, we are almost at the lows here. Look at Amazon, right? How could this market get itself together when we have stocks that are doing this, right? I know one bright star here is going to be Netflix, right? Oof, right? I mean, dang, almost closed the gap here on Netflix, right? But even though we are going up, I do see some evidence of some weakness here on the Netflix chart. But this does look good. Netflix has been down for a very long time, right? So Netflix is kind of like Facebook or Meta, right? You can see here. And again, at some point, right, you do get some kind of a bounce. You do get some bullishness, right? So there are going to be places that are kind of weaker and stronger, right? But I think the weak sides of the market are just kind of, the strong parts are not, at least the strong parts of big tech, right, are really not offsetting the weak parts by too much because, it's relatively strong, but look at where we are on the chart. We're still all the way down here. This is Meta here. If you look at Microsoft, another relatively stronger name, right? And for all this noise, we're still under the weekly 21, right? I mean, we pushed above it the week before, and then we just came right back down, right? That's Microsoft there. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla here. Look, just off of the yearly, multi-year lows, right? We are at multi-year lows for Tesla here, right? Again, this is significant. Tesla. Let's look at Apple here. Again, if you look at this one way, again, we are still kind of, I think, what's called the phase 3 distribution. We have a fresh MACD pointing downwards here, right? I mean, we can't get this kind of bullishness like we had early in the year, right? Where from June we went to test all-time highs, right? So I mean, we're just above the lows here on Apple, right? And Apple's like one of the strongest names in the market, right? And so as Apple goes, so does the rest of the market. I mean, if we just push down a little bit lower, the market is just in a little bit of trouble. Again, look at the histogram here, going bearish, going negative on the weekly time frame with a squeeze. And we got a MACD cross to the downside, right? Just doesn't, not the greatest of setups to go into next week and into the rest of the year. I mean, could we get some kind of a rally? Sure we can, but guys, it just doesn't look good. I mean, especially when you're getting weakness out of Apple, weakness out of Tesla, an okay looking something from like something that was just grossly oversold from like Meta and Netflix, right? It just does not look good. So the SPY, I mean, I'd like to say that we are making higher lows, but this is just more like a wedge pattern, right? You can clearly see that we're kind of in a wedge there. Okay, I don't want to waste time by just drawing anything on a chart here. I mean, you can clearly see that we're kind of in a wedge, and I mean, it looks better than other things, right? But we're really just going sideways, right? I can't say for sure whether we'll resolve to the upside or the downside. I mean, the SPY looks, I guess, better, than other things, but just in general, it's still not like fantastic, right? Let's look at the monthly time frame here, because I think the monthly is more informative rather than the weekly. Do have my algo saying, hey, we should short this again. Monthly 821, that's not fixing itself, and you get an expansion to the histogram here to the downside. Again, to me, especially on the weekly time frame, it looks like we want to test these lows again. Okay, on the SPY. And team, that's it. We were able to get a nice little bounce here. We were able to kind of form some kind of support here in October around 350s, and then we had a great November, right, where we had a nice bounce. But this December here, it just doesn't look good. Okay, it just does not look. I don't see the strength, right? I mean, right now, especially on the daily time frame, you see here, I don't like to look at the SPY chart like this. Sometimes I just like to look at the ES. It's a little bit cleaner because I have less levels on there. We just bounced to the daily 200 and we bounced off of it, and it looks like we're kind of going to push lower, right? All indicators, right? I mean, if you look at, again, if you look at the volume here, histogram, MACD, just all signaling that we're just going to go and take out some of these lows that we have been or take out the support level that we've been forming for the last 2 to 3 weeks, right? Yeah, I think this whole engulfing candle that started in the beginning of November, I think this is just going to get swallowed up. That's what it looks like. So, team, that's basically it, okay? I mean, we're expecting some kind of Santa rally or something. I mean, it still could happen, but just all indications is that we're just going to get some more of the same. Another chart to take a look at is the VIX, right? Again, we mentioned in the last video, VIX was all the way down here. We started to bounce. Okay, it's not at the highs. It's not doing anything crazy, but, I mean, again, our recommendation, right, is just to add some VIX products to your portfolios to kind of, offset some of the nastiness that looks like it is here to come. Right? Yeah. All right, team. So this is Charles Becco, Brooklyn Traders. Thank you for checking us out. Take care.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. If you enjoy this content, please check out our website at www.brooklyntraders.net. That is www.brooklyntraders.net. Thanks, and God bless.